Hello, everybody. How are you guys? I hope you guys are good. All right, so I'm going to make this quick. First off, just want to say if you guys are returning to this channel, thank you guys so much for coming back. Those of you that are just stumbling upon the channel, thank you guys for being here. I'm going to ask you guys all to hit the like button and hit that subscribe button if you have not already done so. Okay. Now, we're going to talk about something real quick here. Let me pull this up because I had about enough. Okay. So this is a video that was originally released that I've talked about on this channel that came back as partly being AI, right? So this is the video, but I'm just gonna play it so you can see my point when I get there.
Start turning around. Come back this way.
Yeah, that they released.
Come on, pedal, pedal, pedal. Don't stop.
Team Proudfoot. This is the video that they released.
You keep it up. You do it. Keep doing it. And that's how you ride, man. All right. So turn around. Come back.
No, just listen to
Look
at how it looks. Look at the pixels.
Keep pedaling. Keep
how it
pedaling.
looks, and then listen to Chris's voice during this video. All right.
There you go.
That's how it sounds.
Come on, you got it. Don't look down. Look up. There you go. There you go. Start turning around. Come back this way.
Okay, now that's the one they originally released. That's the one Cluminati put out on her channel that Chris and Katie Proudfoot gave her permission to put out. Okay, now then they pulled some shit like this after there was so much backlash on that video. Then they give you this. And they say, whoa, wait a minute. After so much crap came out about that video, then they released this one, said, no, this is the original video. Okay, let's look at the difference. This is the original video.
Just ride. Look where you're going. And start turning around. Come back this way. Come on, pedal, pedal, pedal. Don't stop. See? You keep it up, you do it, keep doing it. And that's how you ride, man. All right, so turn around, come back.
Unless the whole idea of releasing that video was to start some shit, right? Why not release this video? If this is the original video, which they claim this is the original one, the one they put out first wasn't original. Well, no shit. So this is a lot clearer, right? This is a lot clearer. It looks nothing like the previous video that I just showed you. And that was the one that they released. So if you had possession of this video, why in the world would you release why would you release the first video you did? Unless you were just trying to start some shit and say, hey, wait a minute, look at these people over here are look at what they're doing. They're tearing this moment apart. They're tearing this video apart. Why are they doing this? Like this, I can't believe, like who would do this? Well, what reason would you not release this perfectly clear original video? Meaning them claiming, wait a minute, this is the original video. Meaning the first one was not original. The first one was altered. The first one was messed with. So why would you not release this one? Unless it was all just a ploy to try to make people look bad, or to try to make people look like they were attacking a moment, or try to make it look like people were just, monsters. No, this was done on purpose, and it was done for a reason. You had this perfectly clear video. Why you would release that shit video with everything the way that it was is beyond me. It makes absolutely no sense. So they need to get it together. Okay. The next thing. There's a lot of people that believe that the reason that these pictures are coming out and these video clips with Chris and Sebastian is because Chris is trying to save face from all the shit he's said, from all the shit he's done. Now he's trying to make himself look better. Now he's trying to prove, hey, I had a good relationship with Sebastian. Here's a minute or two. Here's a minute or two that at times were good. Here's another minute or two that times were good. Maybe Chris should have done himself a favor and kept his mouth shut this entire time. And he wouldn't be out here now under all this pressure trying to prove that he is a decent human being. Because every time he was out there running his mouth, every interview he did, every panel he did, all he was doing was shooting himself in the foot. And now he wants to backtrack because now everybody knows that there's so much shit on them. Okay, so let's talk about some things. Let's talk about this, for instance.
Life is going to continue to move forward regardless of what the outcomes are.
Right.
Whether Sebastian walks in the door, they find him in the woods somewhere, or we never find him. The end view.
Okay. Life needs to move on. Life is going to move on regardless, whether or not, he walks through the door, they find him in the woods somewhere, or he's never found at all. Life needs to move on. I've heard this before. Oh, yeah. I heard this before. When Kylie was missing, her mother said the same thing. Life needs to move on. Life needs to go forward. Here you have Chris saying whether or not he walks in the door or they find him in the woods somewhere or he's never found again. Life needs to move on, right? Yeah, you sound real fucking heartbroken, Chris.
Life is going to continue to move forward regardless of what the outcomes are.
Right.
Whether Sebastian walks in the door, they find him in the woods somewhere, or we never find him.
Who even says that? Yeah, who even talks like that? Who says shit like that? He could have just simply said, I understand that life goes on, and I mean, like the world doesn't stop because our son is missing. However, our world kind of did. No, he says, well, we need to move forward. We need to move forward. And then he brings up him being found in the woods. Like, who says shit like that? Okay. This guy that right now is trying to be portrayed as this great teaching stepdad. And he took the time to help Sebastian. He took the time to teach Sebastian. Yeah, well, it doesn't erase all the things you've said and done, guy. Okay? That is who it is. That is who you are. Moving on. What is up? What kind of mother, when her child is missing, takes his clothes and donates them to Goodwill? What kind of mother does that? Well, what kind of mother does that?
She probably did.
Is that true? Is that true what someone just said in chat, that she had to identify them through law enforcement?
She probably did. And she probably was able to because they were Sebastian's. But again, Seth ended up with a bag, allegedly, of Sebastian's old clothes because Katie supposedly was dropping them off at a good bag, allegedly, and she probably was able to because they were Sebastian's. But again, Seth ended up with a bag, allegedly, of Sebastian's old clothes because Katie supposedly was dropping them off at a Goodwill, and a searcher, aka a subscriber, saw her do so, called up Heather Cohen, and said, oh my God, I'm over here at this shop and Katie Profit's here with a bag of clothes. She asked her to intercept the clothes. The lady went and told the lady what was going on. The lady said, sure, no problem. And Heather sent Seth over to pick them up. And Seth was saying, and he kept saying, I've been driving around with a bag of clothes in my car for over a week and they still haven't come to get them. But they were outgrown clothes. Yeah.
I know.
I want to know what kind of mother donates her child's clothes? Now, listen, in here she said his old clothes. But it's weird timing, right? Like people were out searching. Like you had all this time before he went missing to get rid of his old clothes. If that's really what they were, if they're really his old clothes. Why when he's missing, why are you going to take his clothes and drop them off to Goodwill? I mean, nobody else finds that weird. Of course, everything Katie has done, everything Katie and Chris have done regarding Sebastian is mind-blowing to me. It's mind-blowing to me. Now we know Chris has had CPS. He has CPS calls on. He has CPS reports on him, right? We know that. We know because Chris has slipped up before and said that he had the one he had on him, meaning the other ones, meaning the other reason that the CPS worker was there was not for him. It was for his mother. It was for Katie. It was for Sebastian's mother.
That afternoon, CPS, so the teacher reports it. Mm-hmm. That afternoon, CPS shows up to the house while we're actually sitting down to eat dinner. Now, mind you, 15-year-old child, he's not real happy because he's in trouble, so he's being punished. So he shows, he makes a report. They come to the house, and the lady who comes to the house is the same lady we've had. She's had a case before. Now the case that was before,
come on,
the same lady we've had. She's had a case before. Now the case that was before was something that didn't even happen, and it's like 3 stories that were shoved into one. And when they finally got it debunked, they were like, "Oh, he got so mixed up in telling one story, it mixed into 3, and it caused a commotion." Well, they canceled that out. So the one on me, she shows up, and I said, "Hey, how you doing? It's her again."
Hey, how you doing? It's her again. The same lady that was here, but she wasn't here for me this time. I mean, she was here for me this time. She wasn't here for me last time. Because this is the one on me. So all of these videos that are getting put out of Chris and Katie spending time with Sebastian, or Chris teaching Sebastian something, trying to imply to the world, trying to show the world that he was the world's greatest stepdad, after he's been out for a year, running his yapper, sticking his foot in his mouth, going on and on and on about all of the crazy things that we have heard from these two individuals that are supposed to be loving, caring parents to Sebastian. This is what we get. And now they have to save face. Now they got to try to make themselves look better. Now they got to try to make Chris not look like such a bad guy. But what's done is done. You can't, life comes, there are no erasers, right? Life doesn't come with erasers. You can't turn back time. You can't erase things that you've said. All right, let me hear your thoughts down in the comment section below. I love you guys. Stay strong, stay healthy, stay safe. Keep asking those hard questions. Keep spreading that light, and I will see you all next time.